Gents, let's talk about body fat and more specifically, how we can understand the process of losing body fat so we know what's going on at each stage of our transformation. Now, the first things first, as a man, we are genetically going to hold body fat in certain areas, and these are known as our stubborn areas. Abs and lower back are the main two. Now, when we're starting to lose body fat, it's a very specific metabolic process that we're going through. So, i.e., the body is a very clever organism. So it's going to start to take body fat from the areas that is the easiest for it to do so. This basically means that things like the outer extremities of your body, so your lower legs, your lower arms, even your upper arms, your jawline, they're going to start to get leaner first. Now, this doesn't mean that the abs and the lower back is not going to get leaner. It just means it takes a little bit more time for those to come through. Now, we know that we need to have the energy balance equation correct. So we need to be in that calorie deficit. And we need to make sure that the element of consistency is constantly there for us to be able to start burning body fat from our stubborn areas. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to break it down into a really simplistic way to view how the body will lose body fat. Imagine you've got a bath full of water. Now, what the bath represents is your body fat. Okay, so the water represents your body fat. If you were to get a cup and walk over to the bath and put it in and remove some of that water, it's not going to have a hole in it. The water is going to go level, but it's going to be a little bit lower. And this represents the exact same way that our bodies lose body fat. So when we're completing exercise, when we're completing our calorie deficits, when we've got consistency, when we're doing our steps, when we're doing general movement, so we're in that calorie deficit, our body is going to start to remove body fat, but it's like the water in the bath analogy, it's just going to get slightly lower. And then the next week it's going to get slightly lower. And the next week it's going to get slightly lower. So you will start to notice that your legs and your arms and your jawline and your upper chest and your upper back is going to start to get leaner first. This will then lead us to be able to start burning body fat from our more stubborn places once it's taken it from the more easier places for it to do so. So guys, I hope that makes sense in this video. That's a really cool way to look at how your body fat is getting removed as your transformation goes on. Now, we understand, and believe me, I understand hugely, that it can be really frustrating when you're getting up in the morning, looking in the mirror, and your abs and your lower back are not quite how you want them to look. So really, when you're starting to get those little bits of lack of motivation and discouragement, just think to the bath analogy, where the process is working, the body fat's coming down, but it's like that water in the bath, it's slowly getting lower.